Welcome back, guys, to the home of pro clubs. This is the only place to find all the best pro clubs builds, news, tips and series. So subscribe if it's your first time here, or at least consider it. Let's get into this tips video, starting off with the big one. And the obvious one is going to be the best builds. You've got to play the meta. If you want to go unbeaten, we're unbeaten at the moment. We're going for 50-0 in our first ever pro club. We're like 20-0 right now or something, live on stream every night. You've got to play these builds. We're live right here on this channel. Another reason to subscribe. Wow. I am uploading a series on the channel at the moment of all the best builds, so check them out. I can't go through them in this video, but if you're playing cam, striker, CDM, whatever, it's on the channel. Gone are the days of lengthy. I'm buzzing. No more Haaland spam all over the pitch. It's great to see. You've got to play the right build when you start this game, which feels like a smaller build. I'm playing left wing, whether I'm in cam or striker. I'm playing with the dribbling stats boosted, the passing stats a little bit tweaked, and the best play styles. So check those videos out on the channel now. Follow them exactly. I guarantee it's going to help you if you're a bit lost and you're playing a random build. It is nice to see small builds making a return. Hopefully, as we get up high level, we can be a bit taller, but I don't want to see lengthy come back. Point number 2, an obvious one, is going to be formations. A lot of you playing a different style all the time, 4-4-2, 4-3-3. For me, we play 5-2-1-2 if we want to be a little bit more defensive, and occasionally 4-1-2-1-2, narrow, not the wide formation. These are just what work best for us, and when you're in this pre-game lobby, make sure that you select the right game filters. Now, a lot of you don't play with an any, and it causes controversy when you tune into our streams or videos because you don't like any's and some of you love it. For me, I like it. But here's how you can never play against the opposite of what you've got. Go across to the filters, make sure that you've got that last setting off, and if you're playing without an any, you won't match another one. If you're playing with an any, you only match teams with any's. You've got to have that on, and also make sure you have off on the middle and on the left hand side, because you don't want to be matching against 8 players when you've got 3 of you. It's obviously not going to be a fair competition. So copy those game filters. Really important. A lot of people don't know about them, and that will help you not come up against a team that you just shouldn't play against. Moving on to point number 3 is going to be selecting the right positions. If you're playing 2-man pro clubs, please don't play striker and right back with no any. I mean, do you if you're not bothered, if you're just trying to have fun. But if you're trying to win, and that's what this video is about, you can't set up in that formation. You've got to play with, I would say, 4 players max, sometimes 3, and you want to play CDM, cam, striker, and then the other striker allocation to be selected by the player who is in any. It's really important, obviously, that you don't flood the team with too many players, in my opinion. When you start getting 8, 9 players, that's when unbeaten runs become hard, because you're going to match up against 11, and sometimes you'll play against a VFL or a VPG side, a competitive pro clubs team, and then it's curtains. Aim of this video is to keep you unbeaten. Point number 4 is going to be focused on attacking. There's ways to play this game. Right now, as I'm recording this, the game's been out less than a week. It's not even officially out. And there's a few different ways to play this game. We're playing tiki-taka. That's why if you've gone and watched the builds by now, you'll know we've actually got the tiki-taka playstyle on. We really, really like it. And we're keeping the ball close. Quick passing, dribbling, not sprinting unless we're in on goal. We're using little tips. You can obviously sprint with R2, but you can sprint with R1 on this eafc title and use the left stick. If you sprint with the left stick and R1 held down, you do a contextual dribble, which you can see on screen here is really effective at getting yourself away from defenders. You can basically sprint at full sprint. What a way with words. And you can turn rapid. It can be a little bit hard to control, but even at level 83, 84 starter builds, I can tell this is going to be overpowered. So get using it before EA patch it. A lot of you might have heard about the German cross or conceded a few of them. So named because German esports players have apparently discovered it, where you cross from a real long distance out and you score with the aerial plus playstyle. 6'6" striker. We're going to try that on stream. I have a feeling it's going to be an issue, and I am going to have a meeting with EA Sports to report pro clubs issues, bugs and everything. As an EA partner, I can let them know what needs fixing. I think this is going to be on that list. But for the most part, keep the ball short. Don't sprint when you don't have to. Try and play the way you're facing. You can't do it all. Unless you're Billy or Crudo, who I play with, who kind of do it all. Point number 6 on the back of attacking is going to be the right skill moves at the right time. If you're playing without an any, skip this part of the video, because you don't want to be doing skill moves against the computer. They just read it pretty much 9 times out of 10. If you're playing against an any, skill moves to use, ball roll, still good. I kind of like a fake shot. You've got the elastico, always works. If you know how to skill cancel, do that, because that is really effective if you're playing against an any and he's running back and you just cut in and fake a cutback. I really like that. The Cruyff turn's still pretty good. Reverse elastico is brilliant. Little skill moves in and around the box. If you watch our live streams, we're live every night on the channel. Right here, you'll know that we all use a lot of skill moves, and that's why I implement my early skill points into them. It's not to get a higher rating or a better pro, it just suits my playstyle. Point number 6. This is a huge one, a really big one. How to score. A number of ways to score in this game. Long shots can be quite overpowered, but I think the goalkeepers are fairly good, and unless you have the playstyle plus higher level pros where you can shoot from long distance, I'd focus on shooting in and around the 6 yard, 8 yard, 10 yards, like shoot from close. I've discovered that you can walk past goalkeepers. You can do the most basic skill and you seem to get yourself past the goalkeepers, as you can see on screen here. Just a ball roll or just a couple of step overs or even just running in a straight line, you seem to be able to sit goalkeepers down. Don't ask me why. I don't get it. It just seems to be the way the goalkeepers are at the moment. We can literally just dribble without sprinting straight past the goalkeeper and score. I always love a ball roll past the goalkeeper. I think it's massively effective. And even chip shot, not even with the trait, seems to be good if you're running in a straight line. The keeper just goes down early. So I would avoid long shots for the most part, unless you're good at the Trivela shot, which is always good. And then I would focus on running in, skilling past the keeper, even just a little body feint, you just seem to sit down. Give it a go. Next point up is going to be defending. Get yourself a good any. I've got one of the best in the world. He is brilliant at it, and do you know what? Some of the tips that he's given me over the years, don't dive in. Make sure you wait for them to make a mistake. Don't pull your defenders out of position. That's a big one I see players do. And try to look forwards a lot when you win the ball back in defence. Look for your cam. Look for your striker. If you like messing around at the back, passing it back to the keeper, the right back, switching it, you give the opportunity for the opposition to rob the ball. So try and always be direct and look forwards when you're controlling the CPUs, because especially when you're in Division 5, 4, the lower divisions this time round, they're terrible. So you don't want to have the ball at their feet a lot of the time. Use them when you're attacking, like to play off, because that's another thing I see a lot of people do. They don't use the CPUs. They ignore them and they only look for their pro. And I think if you're a competent any, that becomes, or even a CDM or a defender playing in clubs, really easy to read because you just mark the pro. You know he's going to go to him every time, so try and be clever with that. My final point is probably the most simple, but one I never see people do, and that's focus on players that are better than you. Whether you're watching our stream and you're looking at us absolutely destroying teams, copy what we do. Look at how it works for us. Listen to the advice given on stream, pass the ball around, and just focus in. I'm not the best player on my team, I'm probably the worst, but some of the boys I play with are insane and they will be able to show you guys some incredible tips. So tune into live streams. If you lose to a team, try and figure out why. Try and figure out why they're so much better. Like, don't just get angry and rage quit like in the party. Everyone's going to be doing that. Try and focus in on what it is they do better, because that ultimately will make you better at the game. Now, of course, it's EA, so sometimes you're going to lose games where you shouldn't have lost games, and that's just FIFA. You can't do anything about it. But there's a lot of times where actually, even if you see us lose on stream, which has never happened, then even at like 400-0 when we were 400-0, 400 wins, 0 losses, we lost the game, we took accountability as it being our fault. Look, some crazy goals happened, but we still took the accountability, and that mindset will help you create an unbeaten pro club. For us, it happened. It changed us, because we would have games where I would lag out in the 3rd minute of a game and suddenly you've lost your striker and you go, this has happened when we're like 150 wins, 0 losses, still managed to find a way to win. Don't panic, don't lose your head, don't get angry at the game, don't break a controller. Just try and focus on the game and see what you can do and what you can control. Those are some big tips that are going to help you guys improve, go unbeaten on pro clubs, build your way up to Division 1 so that you can take on the playoffs and win the new prizes on pro clubs. eafc24. Thanks for watching this video. If you made it this far, please drop a like and I'll know that you've definitely seen this much of the video. That'd be insane. Thanks for the support. Subscribe not to miss a single video or live stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one.